There's a special kind of thrill that comes with finally getting something that's been in your shopping cart or on your wish list for a while. And that feeling is even better if you know you got the best deal for it. That's why the savviest shoppers shop with Rakuten. They get the brands they love with the most savings and cash back. And you can get it too. The idea is simple. Stores pay Rakuten for connecting them with shoppers, and Rakuten shares the money with you as cashback. Start getting cashback at your favorite stores like Sephora, UGG, Levi's, and many more. Plus, Rakuten lets you stack sales on top of cashback, so you're not missing out on any other deals or rewards you might already be a part of. It's easy to use, and you get your cashback through PayPal or check. Download the free Rakuten app and never miss a deal. Or go to Rakuten.com to start getting the most bang for your buck. That's Rakuten.
Contained herein are the heresies of Radolf Burntwine, erstwhile monk turned traveling medical investigator. Join me as I uncover the blasphemous truth of a plague-ridden world, that ours is not a loving God, and we are not its favored children. The heresies of Radolf Burntwine, coming January 2nd, wherever podcasts are available.
You're listening to Undertow, Simpson Falls.
What the hell just...
What the fuck? We're back.
So it would appear.
There's not much left to the place.
Seems to be an epidemic of that in town. They're gone.
Who?
X. The thing which made this all happen. The thing which manipulated Ricky Hill into trying to change her childhood. The Dark Tome.
What? The Dark Tome's a person?
For a bit it was. I get the sense it defies definition.
So what happened? Do you think we killed it?
That would be wishful thinking.
So what did we do?
We got back to our own world. Let's call it at that. You still got some smokes on you, man?
Amazingly, yeah. What next?
Isn't it obvious, Tony?
No.
No one will believe what really happened here. They need someone to give them a story they can believe.
So, we're still partners?
We are, and we still got a story to tell.
Small-town hospital's web of corruption culminates in unsolved murder and unveils multi-generational international conspiracy. Simpson Falls, Maine, once the epicenter of the log-driving trade and the proudest papermakers of North America, was ravaged first by globalization and then by a horrific fire 2 years ago that took 100 souls and left the downtown a burnt-out, empty husk. So how do we blame this little town for accepting an offer from the shadowy multinational Malleus Corporation to offer a no-questions-asked $200 million settlement check? No one, from the local paper to the town select board, asked too many questions when people in $1,000 suits infiltrated their town and built a concrete and mirror glass monument to modernity in the middle of a brick and mortar historic downtown. Not all were convinced. Local resident Ricky Hill stayed at his property, resisting increasingly aggressive offers to buy him out until the head selectman, Marty Ducharme, arrived with a deputy and attempted to murder him. Ricky Hill disappeared midway through this reporting and has never been sighted again. The web of corruption extended far beyond the selectmen. Indeed, it spans decades and even continents through a series of increasingly complicated parent companies with ties stretching from the US president to the Vatican. What was so important in this small town of Simpson Falls that it warranted the construction of this facility? The world may never know, as the machine which was presumed object of this vast conspiracy was destroyed in a fire after a presumed shootout between two key figures in the conspiracy ring, PR maven Cynthia Roberts and head of medical Dr. Leopold Krauss. Our only clue is a yet unfiled trademark recovered from a hard drive in the distressed facility by law enforcement after the hospital was deemed a crime scene. Using a FOIA request, we have been able to recover only the title of the proposed patent, Liber Tenebris, Latin for the Dark Tome.
And you are listening to WRCK, making a racket in Simpson Falls. I'm DJ Rockbottom, and I'm joined in the studio today with two of Simpson Falls' finest, Digby and Madge, proprietors of the Dark Tome Tours. Hey, guys.
Hey, RB.
Happy to be here.
I love having you guys. Look, is any of it true?
What do you mean?
I mean, here, now. Reality. No, I'm joking. This business about the Dark Tome.
You saw the Dark Tome mentioned in the New York Citadel newspaper. That's real enough for me.
Reports are coming out that the reporter, Tony Baxter, and his photographer, Sonia Proud, both had a bone to pick with the Boston Circle, who fired them after a material failure to complete their assignment.
Or maybe the Circle has something to cover up? They were bought by the Malleus Corporation literally the day Tony and Sonia went on assignment here.
Still seems suspicious, if you ask me. All this stuff you talk about, hidden worlds and magical books, sounds like stuff from the movies.
Then how do you explain the bizarre happenings in Simpson Falls? The fires, the disappearances, the foggy memories?
Look, people around here are doing something foggy, but I'm not sure magic books are involved. More like magic mushrooms.
Be that as it may, Rockbottom, we have been keeping a spreadsheet of unexplained phenomena in the town going back at least 50 years. We have over 700 items.
Vehicle unexpectedly changes color. Name of book mismatches what library card says. Newspaper clipping inaccurately reports name of president.
The fish fingers. Tell me the fish fingers are on there.
The fish fingers are an urban legend, RB.
Hi, listeners. This is Jason Liu, creator of Birds of Empire. I am beyond excited to introduce our new season and dive back into the world of New Dakota. Birds of Empire follows 4 young people from the clans of New Dakota: the Bears, the Rams, the Birds, and the Wolves. Each hero we follow will struggle with their own demons, burdens, and hopes as their battles play out across a sprawling, lush, and brutal landscape unlike any that's come before it. Birds of Empire is a modern folk epic that blends elements of history, fantasy, and myth to tell the story of an incredible world that might one day be. Book 1, The Dawn Age, introduced us to the world and the heroes who call it home. Book 2, The Seed of White Rock, continues our heroes' journeys as destinies collide, revolution brews, and new alliances are formed. All things return. Follow now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you're listening to never miss an episode.
This is Tony Baxter. Now. No more smoking a bowl and playing video games during daylight hours. Parting ways with the Boston Circle was the best thing that ever happened to me. A rival paper took Sonia and my story, complete with a photo recovered from a compact flashcard, thanks to resident IT expert Madge.
The photo, which graced the cover of a prominent national paper in one incarnation of reality, was a heron. Standing in a marsh, a monster askance in the background as the heron was poised to hunt. I still love that photo and will never forget it. But the photo that appeared on my camera was of the murder scene of Cynthia Miller, PR specialist of the Malleus Corporation, and a mysterious figure disappearing into the background.
Everyone became famous after that. Digby's legwork all held water, and a federal court ruled that the Malleus Corporation had broken over 100 regulations in its handling of the development project, and town officials were in material breach of treaty covenants with the Penobscot Nation, who had sacred and historical stewardship of the river.
One of my proudest moments of the whole affair was watching Marty Ducharme hauled off by FBI agents, along with the sheriff, his deputy, and 7 other town officials. Can't arrest me now. Smile, pendejo.
Get that camera out of my face.
Fuck you, bitch! Fucking skank! I want my lawyer!
God damn it!
Fuck fake news! Edward, goddammit, do something!
They took my gun!
Digby's tours became international sensations. I'm told that today, he and Madge clear more than $2 million a year between the tours, the best-selling book, the podcast, the swag, and speaking engagements, much of which they donate to a new organization, the Donners, an international coalition of geeks dedicated to tracking down the Dark Tome and its influence on modern geopolitics and society. My proudest moment? Finally seeing Sonia win that Pulitzer Prize she deserved.
Thank you, everyone. It's an honor to receive this. I want to dedicate this award to my mother, Dolores, and my sister, Maria. Without them, I'd be nothing. And to my partners, Alberto, may the search go on, and Tony Baxter, the one who was nearly never found. Tony did something crazy after that. I was pretty sure the fame did something to his head. Last time I talked to him, I let him know how crazy I thought he was. You have got to be fucking kidding me. After all that?
After all that. You see, the remains of Sunset Acres was repossessed from the now defunct Malleus Corporation and put in public trust. There was just one private lot left that went up for auction when its owner vanished. So, I bought the place.
So, that's your story, and you're sticking to it. The Dark Tome is out there?
Yeah, it's out there.
You bet.
Time for another cold one. I like it out here. It's peaceful. I sit on a rocking chair on the porch, drink a beer, non-alcoholic, of course, and stare at the river. It's a place where I can be with them. The people who are gone, who might never have been. Melissa, Ricky, and whoever else the Undertow has taken. This is for you guys. Memory is a funny thing. The most brilliant happiness juxtaposes with the darkness. They say you can only be as happy as its counterpoint. The darkness can feel like the undertow, making you ask questions that can never be answered. Could this or that be different? If only I'd... The only peace is to know that life is like the river, ever-flowing and changing. You don't get to choose its course. It's going to flow wherever gravity and the banks tell it. The best you can do is take a deep breath and try to keep your head above it.
Hey, you got another one of those?
Huh? Sonia? What are you doing here?
Had to see it for myself.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, suits you. So, beer?
Yeah, in the fridge.
So, this is what you do with yourself, huh? Stare at a river?
Yeah.
Sounds nice. Well, cheers, partner.
Cheers.
I'm headed out of country on Friday. Thought I'd say goodbye.
Where to?
Rio de Janeiro.
Wait, for the World Cup? Yeah, you're covering sports now?
I thought it was time for a change.
Okay, I see it. Well,
Here's to change.
To change.
Of course, that's not quite the end of the story. In fact, it's hardly the beginning. Insofar as there are beginnings and ends. It had been a long time in Simpson Falls. So many winters. So much brick. Longed for heat. For color.
Oi, como é que você está? Quer dançar comigo?
Yes. I think this place will do perfectly.
You've been listening to Simpson Falls, an original story for audio by Fred Greenhalgh. Written by Fred Greenhalgh and Greg Tulonen. Story by Fred Greenhalgh, William Dufris, Barry Dodd, and Greg Tulonen. Based on The Dark Tome, created by Fred Greenhalgh and William Dufris. Story consulting by Christopher Reynaga and Marguerite Croft. Sensitivity consulting by Maulian Dana. Simpson Falls features the talents of Tony Aidan Vo as Tony Baxter, Stephanie Diaz as Sonia Proud, Jason Grasl as Ricky Hill and X in human form, Colleen A. Madden as Melissa, Anna Carvalho as Maria, Herbie Madden as young Tony, Vivian Madden as young Melissa, Denise Poirier as receptionist, dispatcher, and Roberta, Graham Rowat as Edwin, guard, and drunk, Holly Adams as Tanya and waitress, Kim Gordon as Cynthia, Lisa Stathoplos as Maynard Mom and Jackie, Lucas Crowell as Kid Ricky, Maiya Koloski as skeptical teen, Moira Driscoll as nurse Cody in psychologist's office, Nathan Dana Aldritch as Marty, Ned Donovan as Billy the Clown, Paul Belfoyle as bartender, local man and reporter, Peter Burkrot as Sheriff Warren, PJ Oakland as Scott, manager and town assessor, Ray Porter as Digby, Wendy Tremont King as Madge, Richard Fish as DJ, Richard McGonigal as Dr. Leopold, Sam Mowry as Leech Monster, Monster X, and Trucker, Tim Sample as Mr. Gussie, and William Steele as Psychologist. Additional voices by the cast. The Dark Tome was directed and produced by Fred Greenhalgh. Dialogue editing and sound design by Jason DeWald of Audio Evolutions, audioevolutions.net. Additional sound by Mind's Eye Productions. Final mix by Fred Greenhalgh. Original score by Hubert Campbell. Theme song, Here, My Friend, Your Future, by Frank Schulmeyer. The Dark Tome Undertow was produced from lockdown with distributed performers across continental North America in locations traditionally stewarded by numerous indigenous tribes. The home base of Diaz Media is in York County, Maine, ancestral land of the Wabanaki Confederacy. The fictionalized location of Simpson Falls is inspired by the Penobscot County region of Maine, the ancestral lands of the Penobscot Nation, the oldest continuous government in the world. Special thanks to Christopher Reynaga and the Point Mystic podcast, pointmystic.org, as well as Emily Burnham and Mary Sangiovanni. Simpson Falls is a Dagaz media production presented by Realm. Find more shows like Undertow by following Realm on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or at realm.fm.
There's something weird going on with influencers right now. I'm a little freaked out. They just get everything they want. Everything's a little too perfect. Their smiles are a little too straight. They're using filters I can't find anywhere. I know what I'm about to say might sound a little unhinged, but I think it might be witchcraft. At least, that's what Jenna Clayton thought right before she went missing. We're excited to introduce a new show from Realm, If I Go Missing, The Witches Did It, starring Oscar-nominated actress Gabourey Sidibe. When a Black writer goes missing, a white podcast host with a savior complex takes up the cause of finding her and collides with a coven of influencers she suspects are responsible. This show is a little bit of The Craft meets Mean Girls meets Get Out. Learn more about If I Go Missing, The Witches Did It at realm.fm, and be sure to listen and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.